Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, Richard Stolk has been constructing Sudokus since before I knew that variant Sudokus existed, and that's a long time. And his Sudoku variant series is up to, well, this one is number 381. I'm sure he's got beyond that already as well. You can look it up in Logic Masters Germany, but this one has been recommended to us. He comes up with a different rule set each week. I suppose for the first few he was using some of the standard rule sets, but obviously it wasn't many weeks in before he's had to start constructing his own rule sets, many of which have become commonplace, but every week it's something slightly different, and I'm really looking forward to having a go at this one. Richard tends to be on the harder side of quite approachable, like not too difficult, so let's hope that continues today. Well, I hope that continues today. You might want to see me struggle. Anyway, we are going to have a go at that in a moment. Don't forget to check all the links under the video. You can find all our apps and brilliant sets of puzzles of this sort of standard in them, and various types of those apps and merchandise and the Discord server and our Patreon, where there's always something extra going on. So do check it out. Often competitions at the starts of months and so on. So anyway, I am going to go through the rules of this puzzle now and then have a go. So normal Sudoku rules apply. Now, a clue outside the grid. This is a bit like sandwich Sudoku, but it's different. A clue outside the grid indicates the sum of the digits between the largest and the smallest digit in the first 6 cells from that side. So for these 6 cells, 14 is the sum of the digits placed between the largest and the smallest digit there. So it doesn't have to be 1 and 9. And that's going to shake things up quite dramatically, I suspect. So it doesn't have to be the same in each case at all. The largest and smallest digits in each set of 6 cells could vary, of course, quite significantly. So those are the rules. Very interesting. No given digits. Richard is too clever for that, and only a certain amount of clues around the outside, but do give it a go. I think it's going to be fascinating, and I am going to start now. Let's get cracking. So I don't think the small clues are a lot of use, certainly not the zeros. They just mean that the highest and lowest digit in that group of 6 are together. 2, okay, 2 will tell me that 1 is the lowest digit and 2 is the sandwich, but not a lot else. Let's go for the highest. So 25 looks like the biggest number. Now, yes, okay, 25, the sandwich has to be 4 cells long. Now, I'm not going to be able to apply green and red around the whole grid because they're going to be variable. I mean, this row, for instance, has 2 sandwich clues. But 25 has to be at least 3 cells. And the biggest in the row, or the biggest in these 6, is not in them, so they can't include 9. So they have to, I think, be 8, 7, 6, 4 to make 25. They do, because they can't include 9. So 9 is one of the outer digits and a lower digit than 4. Now, what does that mean for the 17 on the other side? Right, it means 9 can't be there, because how could you sandwich 17 between the 9 and the lowest digit in these 6? Those 2 cells couldn't add up to 17 if they couldn't include a 9. So the 9 is not there. The 9 is here. There's our first digit. This one we know is lower than 4, because it's the other crust of the 25. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the colouring there. Now, I don't think this can be 1, because then it's the lowest digit and you've only got 2 cells for the sandwich and they can't include a 9. So 1 is one end of the sandwich here, because 1 has to apply in these cells, and it's got to be in one of these 2 positions. And now that's, oh no, it could be, no, it can't be 3, 6, 8. The highest possible digit here is 8. Yes. Eight is the highest digit possible. In fact, If 7 was the high digit, the sandwich would have to be 6, 5, 4, 2, and 3 wouldn't fit in the row. So 7 is not the highest digit. 8 is the high digit in this group. It's not over there. So the sandwich comes between 1 and 8, and it adds up to 17. 7 and 6 is 13, so it could be 7, 6, 3, 2, or can it be just 3 cells? 7, 6... No, my maths is wrong. It can't be 4 cells, maybe. It's between the 8 and the 1. Oh, if it was 4 cells, that would be 1 and 8. They would add up to 17. These would add up to 10. They would be 4 and 6. Actually, that's possible. Is it possible for that to be the 1? And I'm looking at this 2 or 3 possibility. If that was the 1 and this was the 8, 7 and 6 and 3, which is the maximum there, isn't enough. Right. So it's not possible for the 1 to be there. That's what I've proved. I haven't proved it's a 4-cell sandwich. If that was the 8, though, well, it's the same deal. It would be 7, 6, 3 as the maximum. So that is the 8. These do add up to 17, and now I'm using the secret that every row in a Sudoku, like every column and box, adds up to 45. It's true, it's an absolute knowledge bomb, because every row, column and box by definition is the numbers 1 to 9. They always add up to 45. So these numbers add up to 17, plus 1 and 9 is 27, plus 8 is 35. Those two add up to 10. They're a 4, 6 pair. We get 7 here. These are from 2, 3, and 5. How did I get that this was 2 or 3? That was part of this sandwich. Yes, okay, so that's good. Right, let's look at this 10 now. Because with the 1 there, that has to be the lowest digit. The sandwich can't go upwards. Those two are going to add together to give 10, and this is going to be higher. So they're either 4, 6, 3, 7. I suppose they could be 2, 8 actually. But I think it's the same deal here. The middle-ish digit can't be the highest digit in this group of 6. So that can't be a 9. And that's because you couldn't then fit 20 into 2 cells. So that's not a 2, 8 pair. If it's 3, 7, that's still not 9. This is now 8 or 7, because that's either a 4, 6 pair or a 3, 7 pair. This can't be the highest digit in this group. So there's a higher digit, probably 9 down here. Actually, yes, that's really important. We haven't finished with this 10 clue because we've established the sandwich is there and a higher digit here. We also know 9 is not in that group of 6, or it would disobey the rule about being between the largest and the smallest digit in that group of 6. So 9 is not in that pair. It's down here somewhere. It is the highest digit. This is in the sandwich. Or, yes, that is in the sandwich. So let's forget the sandwich of 10. Let's just try and remember those 2 cells add up to 10. Where's the sandwich down here? 9 is going to have to be in one of those. Now, can the sandwich be 3 cells? No. For a 10 sandwich to be 3 cells, they would have to be 2, 3, 5. And there's no group of 3 cells here that can be 2, 3, 5. Because of that being 7 or 8. So it's a 4-cell sandwich. No, it's a 2-cell sandwich. It's a 2-cell sandwich. I've proved it's not a 3-cell sandwich. It's a 2-cell sandwich. And the lowest digit is therefore here. Well, it can't be here. 8 or 7 couldn't be the lowest digit of these 6. So that's the 9. This is the low digit, 3 or 4. This is higher, being 6 or 7. The sandwich is in these two, and is either 8, 2 or 7, 3. No, hang on. I've lost my mind. I'm sorry. I thought I was looking at a 10 sandwich at the bottom. I've just realised that's absolute pants, tripe and bobbins. It's a 20 sandwich at the bottom, so let's rethink that. 9 is definitely still in one of these two cells because the 20 sandwich is at least 3 cells big. If it was 3 cells, it would be 875. That could be here or here. If it was 4 cells, they would add up to 20. The 9 and the 1 would make it 30. This would be 3 or 4. Ooh, that looks very possible as well. Oh, I'm getting a bit stuck there then. Right, let's have a look at this. This 14 is much easier. The 9's there, that's the highest digit. The sandwich can't go north, it must come south. That's a 6-8 pair. This is lower. This isn't just lower than 6 and 8, it's lower than these two as well. Ah, and look at this 2. Right, in this group of 6 cells, 8 is the highest digit because it's in them and 9's not. So the 2 has got to be sandwiched between 8 and a 1. There we go. Oh, sorry. Let's do that in the right mode. 8, 2, 1 with 6 there. Now, is there any look across? That can't be a 6 anymore, that's all. Now, these doesn't really matter. They definitely fall between 2 and 8. So we've done this 2 clue. Yeah, let's just mark off in yellow clues that I've definitely done from outside the grid. I've done this one, 4, 7, 6, 8. I've done this one, 2, 3, 5, 7. I haven't done, okay, I've done this one as well, this 14 clue. Yes, especially now that 1 can't be up here. In fact, these are from 3, 5 and 7. They can't be any of these digits or 4. So 4 is in one of these two, and I mean, that's not helpful, but might as well mark it. Now, 3 in this column. 3 is going to have to be a single digit because if it was 2 digits, you couldn't get a lower one. So if 8 is the highest digit, 3 is on one side or the other of it, but it could be next to a 9 down here. So I don't quite know what to do with that. The 0 is not helpful. This 10, I've sort of done it. I'm not going to mark it as done, actually. Ah. Right, let's think again about this 20 clue together with the 10 clue then. If that was a 7, no, actually that's quite likely. If that was, whatever it is, it's in the 20 sandwich, which has to be at least 3 cells long, and the 9's down here. So that's in the sandwich. I'm wondering, does the sandwich have to be 875? Can it be any less? The trouble is, if it is 875, I don't know which group of cells it occupies. Oh, look at this 1. Now, could 8 could be a single cell sandwich if that was a 9. Then this would be 189. Ah, hang on. Then this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in which the highest and the lowest digits are 2 and 7. The others add up to 18. They can't possibly get to 19 if that's a single cell sandwich. So it's not. It's a 2-cell sandwich. It's either 2, 6 or 3, 5. This is a bigger number than those. Interesting. Okay, how does the 19 work? Can that ever be 4 cells? It's always got to be more than 2. If the 19 was 4 cells, you've got 19 there, 8 there is 27, plus 1 is 28. This would have to be a 9 and an 8. No, and they wouldn't be sandwiching 4 cells because they wouldn't be the highest and the lowest. So this is a 3-cell sandwich here. And it can't be 765, that's not enough. So it needs the 8 in the sandwich and the 9 as a crust. Now that doesn't quite make this a 9, does it? Well, the 3-cell sandwich is either 874 or 865. I don't know. There is only a 3-cell sandwich here, so those two are in it, and I'm going to mark those as half in it because this 3-cell sandwich, it's either 874 or 865. Now, is that the crust? Could the crust be here? The 9 is in the crust. So if they added up to 19, plus 8 there, 27, plus 1 there, 28, then, well, this is going to work whatever. The other 3 cells, the 2 that are crusts and the other 1, I've forgotten the total, 28, are going to add up to 17. This is in the sandwich going north, which is also, well, I can't even remember if I ruled it to be 3 cells or it could be 4. Actually, maybe the same sort of logic might work. No, I don't think it will because I've just got no clue on those. Oh, I find this very complex. Right, I need to think this through. Does that have to be a 9? I bet it is a 9, but does it have to be? If it wasn't, we'd have a 9 in one of these two and a low digit. Then these would add up to 17. 8 there, 25, 26. The 9 in one of these two takes us to 35. 3 and 7. That is possible. Bother. Wow, this is tough. I mean, I've probably missed something glaring somewhere. That 12 clue, I don't know what to do with that. These 10s, oh, I've done that 10. Sort of done that 10. That's why I haven't marked it, because it's not finished. This 10 is not helpful. I may be missing some total aspect of this puzzle, that's the trouble. Right, come on, think again, Mark, think again. Something to do with this 20 and this 19. These are the big deals going on here. Right, that can't be a 9. 9 is a crust, so... Oh, that can't be a 9 either, because of 9 being in the box there somewhere. So the 9 crust is this end. And this is the low crust, this end. Ooh. It is a 3-cell. I worked that out earlier, didn't I? So if it was those 3 with a 9 there, 19, 28, 37, these would add up to 8. This would be a 2 or a 3. Well, it can't be a 2. Let me check that again. If this is the 9, 19 here, that's 28, plus 1 and 8 is 37. These two add up to 8. Ah, 1 or 2. This can't be a 2. That can't be how it works, because this can't be a 2. The reason this can't be a 2 is it would be the low digit in these 6, and the 20-some wouldn't be possible. So that is not how it works. What is not how it works now? That was this being the low digit with that having been the 9. So that is not the 9. This is the 9. Wow, that's complicated. Right. But those are the 3 sandwich digits. That is a crust. That is the low digit in these 6, which means it's whatever's not here. It's 2 or 3. These are... Oh, they can't be 865 because one of those is needed for there. They're 874. 7, 8, 2, 3. This is 5 or 6. Right. Well, this is still looking like an 875 sandwich. In fact, could this be a 4-cell sandwich anymore? 3. If that was a 7. Oh no, this has to be lower. Oh no, this is going to be the low end, isn't it? Right. So that could be 3. Then you could have 785. That's quite likely. If that was 4, you'd have 6, 5 here, that's not going to work. This can't be 4 as the low digit, and it would be the low digit. Right, that can't work, because you'd get 6 here, 5 here, 7 or 8 here, which would take you up to 18 or 19. You'd need 1 or 2 here, but that would be too low. That would be the low digit, so that just wouldn't work. So that's not 4, that's not 6. This is a definite 3-7 pair. That's an 8. Now, can that be the 3? No, because then 8-7-5 would be here and clash with that 7. So that's the 7, that's the 3. This is in the sandwich. This is a 5 to finish the sandwich. That becomes a 2-6 pair. That's a 3. We are cooking with gas now. That was the sandwich. So 9 goes here. 2, 4, 6 left to fill in the column. Oh, this can't be 2 because 3 is the low number. So there is a 2 up here and not in these cells. And that's a 2. Yeah, that works. And here we've got the 1 and 8. Right, let's get rid of the colouring there. That column is done. Done and done. This row and that row, they're both done. Wow. Okay, so. Look, this 3, 8 is the high digit now. And it's got to sit next to 3, which can't be there. Right, 3 there. This has to be lower, and it can't be 2, so that's 1. That clue is done. Doesn't tell me anything about these, but it's got another clue done. It's going to be a 1 in one of those two. I just need to keep being careful all the time here. Now, this 19, that's a big number. I haven't used it at all. There's going to be an 8 up there. Now, 8 cannot be in the sandwich because it's over here. So the biggest the sandwich can be is 7, 6, 5 as the 3 biggest digits. That's not enough. It's going to take 4 cells to make 19. This is going to be bigger. So those 4 are 19, plus 2 and 8 is 29. These 3 add up to 16. That's not a helpful total. Or is it? Yes, it is. If those... Oh, actually, these can't avoid having a 7 in to add up to 19. 3, 4, 5, 6 only adds up to 18. They must have a 7 in. That must be a 9. They are the sandwich. Right. 19 plus 2 and 8 is 29, plus 9 is 38. These add up to 7 without a 3 or a 2. That's a 1, 6 pair. This is a 3, 4, 5, 7 sandwich. That clue is done. That can't be 7, that can't be 3. Now, does this 1, 6 pair help anything? No. Not that I can see. I'm sure it does. Right, 10 here, and we know that's a 9 now. So the 10 has to be these two. I can get rid of that purple because we're done there. Let's put purple in this side. So they're either, well, they can't be 8, 2. They could be 7, 3 or 4, 6. This has to be lower than, well, 4 at worst. So 1 or 3 there. Um, 2, 7, 8, 3, 1, 9. So these are from 4, 5 or 6. I think that means this can't be 4, 6. Yes, you couldn't put 5 in both of those cells. So this is a 7, 3 pair. This must be 1 now. 1, 3, 7. So they're done. This 10 clue is done. That can't be 8 because 8's, yes, because it can't be 8. So 8 is here. That's not 8. There's a 9 up there. I don't know. I'm keeping working on the clues and leaving the Sudoku till the very end because we seem to be continually ending up with these 2 by 2 areas blank, and that's not really conducive to solving the Sudoku. So, let's have a look here. A 10 clue here. In fact, what have we got left to do? We've only got that, the 2 zeros, and that 12 left to do. They're done. Okay, so the 10 clue here. Is the 8 definitely in it? Actually, it is. If the 8 wasn't in the clue, wasn't in the sandwich, then it would be a crust. Because there's no way you could put a 9 and not have that 8 in the sandwich of 10. And if that was a crust, these two would have to add up to 10, coming between 3 and 8. Well, the only way to do that is 4 and 6. That's not possible. So the 8 is in the sandwich, and it must be with a 2, and 1 must be the boundary, the crust. In fact, 1 and 9 must be the crust. And they can't go here because that C's 1 and 9. So one of them goes here. That's a 1. That's a 2. That's a 9. This clue is done. Wow, 4, 5, 7. This is a brain strainer. Look, there's a 3, 4, 5, 7 triple. So that's a quadruple, I mean. That's a 1, 9 pair. This is a 4, 5 pair. They see this cell. That's a 6. Now I get to do some Sudoku. 5, 4. This is a 6, 9 pair. Now I've still got these 0 clues. Right, 9 has to be next to the lowest number in these 6. So that's not a 1. That's a 6. That's a 1. And everything else that we put in here has to be more than 3 at least. And by that, I mean that the 1 and the 2 in the column cannot be here, and they must be down here. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. So, oh, we've got a 3 in the column. Sorry, that would have been helpful to spot. 5, 4, 7 and 8. And that clue is done. That 0 clue, now it has been helpful. We can't do the same thing here. Oh, that is highest or lowest, being 1 or 9. Oh, that's weird. Oh, let me just finish off this row then. 2 and 3. That's not a 3. Now, this is highest or lowest, so it must be next to highest or lowest. Now, I don't know what that means. This could be a 3 maybe. Okay, we'll come back to that. That's fun. 5, 7, 8, 2, 4, 6. So we've got a 9 up here. I have a feeling this is the sort of puzzle where you do have to come back immediately to anything you leave pending, because you just can't avoid doing the clues. Right, let's have a look at this. Yeah, okay, there's got to be a 2 in that group of cells by Sudoku, so that's the low digit, because there can't be a 9. Now, 8 may well be the highest, so it could be a 2-cell sandwich of 7, 5. Where is the 2 going to be? Oh, look, there's a 2, 6 pair there, so it's here. That's just Sudoku, and that is a crust. Now, these are in the sandwich, and that might be. And the sandwich adds up to 12. That is 4, 5, 6, or 7 by Sudoku. Oh, we've used 1, 2, and 3. So the sandwich can't be 3 clues, 3 cells, because 4, 5, 6 is the minimum. It can only be 2. So that's the other crust. Has to be the highest digit in this group. So it's 8 or 7, because they can't both go there. Then these two do add up to 12, so they can't be 4, 8. Obviously not 4, 6. So that's a 5, 7 pair, and that's an 8, and that was incredibly helpful. And that clue is done. 4 and 6. Oh, we can actually fill them in. They're the remaining cells in the row. That's a 4. This is an 8. That's a 7. This is a 4. That's a 5. Oh, this is a head fryer. 5 and 7. Right, let's get rid of the green. They're all done. Only got this clue left to do. I will come back to that if the Sudoku runs out, and I bet it will. 8, 6. This is such a clever puzzle. Right, 3, 5, and 9 here. That one can't be 9. 7 and 4, they're not resolved. This is a 4, 9 pair. There's no 4 in these two. Oh, okay, so what about this 0? Look, that, yes, 8 is not the highest digit, because that is an extreme digit. The 2 crusts are both here. So 8 is not a crust, so 9 is in this group, and it's not there, or it would be next to 8, so it is there. Wow. 9. Now, what's it next to? Well, 2 can't be in the group, because 9 can't be next to anything lower, so that's a 6. I still don't... Oh, this can't be a 3, because that would be the lowest then in the group, so that's a 5. So, kind of, we get it done by knowing what it can't be only. Or sorry, we get these done because of this clue that acts up here. That's so strange. Right, 5, 7 pair at the top. We've got 1 and 2 here. We know the order. And we know the order of 3 and 8. And that's probably going to clear up everything across these top rows. 7 and 5, 4 and 5, 4 and 9, 6 and 9, and 2 and 6. Look, those top 2 rows suddenly filled in. 4 and 6 can be done here. Do I need the clues anymore? That can't be a 3, so we've got a 4, 5 pair. That becomes 7, and then we find out 3, so that 9, 3 pair is the top and bottom of it, and we are finished, and that is brilliant. Yes, a very good recommendation for a very good puzzle. Classic Richard Stolk, just elegance all the way through. Loved it. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and yeah, hope to see you again soon on the channel. But as it is, bye for now.